you know that scientists are working on a technology to build invisibility cloaks? Yeah, what used to seem like science fiction or things you only read about in books may actually become science fact. Do you ever wish that you could become invisible? I mean, it is tempting, especially when you feel like people don't like you or maybe they're upset with you. In the Bible, people face situations where others didn't like them because they chose to do the right thing. So what do you do when you find yourself in that kind of situation? Do you back down or do you stand firm in what you believe? That is an important question to answer, especially when you're trying to live right side up in an upside down world.
My wife's nuts.
Seriously, look!
Oh, righty. Well, I do kind of consider myself an empath. I'm very in touch with people's feelings. Let me take a guess here. You both have nasty gas.
Ew, gross, Rusty. No.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure I smelled something. All right. Oh, I got it. Your favorite pro wrestler just lost a big TV match. Ah! 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 Right. Okay. I literally just guessed the only two reasons why anybody would ever be upset. I mean, what am I missing here? Haggis. It's not haggis, right? There's still haggis in the supermarkets. There's not a short supply of haggis.
No.
Tell me there's still haggis, please!
There's still haggis, okay? It's our new friend, okay? They asked us to go to a concert on Sunday.
And we told them that we planned to go to church, so we invited them to come.
Yeah, but then they told us that people who go to church are losers.
And then they said that they didn't even know that we were Christians when they invited us to hang out.
Yeah, and so then they said that we should either quit going to church or quit being their friends.
And, I mean, what are we gonna do? We can't just quit going to church.
But we also don't want to lose our friends.
Hands smell like haggis.
Or meat and cheese.
That wrestler just gave me a great idea.
What, we should smack him with a chair?
Fight him in a steel cage.
I like both those ideas a lot. Maybe a plan A, maybe a plan B, but hear me out. What if you go to church in disguise as somebody else, right? Then you come home, change out of the disguise, boom, you still get to go to church, but nobody knows you were there.
I think you're onto something. That's actually a really good idea.
You're saying we could keep the Christian part quiet, but still keep our friends.
That's a win-win situation. That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
To the costume room.
We have a costume room?
I never knew.
Yes.
Everything looks normal. Good day in the lab.
See, I told you these costumes would work.
What are you doing?
Well, Dr. Herman, it's something called misdirection.
Yeah?
All right, look at the hand.
Okay.
You see the hand?
I see it.
Look at
Got a
it.
hand.
Look at the hand. And
Wow!
There you go. That's
Misdirection.
Yeah. Classic lesson in misdirection.
But what are you guys misdirecting?
Well, we needed a way to still be able to go to church without our friends finding out and making fun of us.
Yeah, and now our friends are gonna be like, hey, is Ethel going to church?
And we're like, no, look, it's a Viking. Yeah. Pirate, and oh, hey, look over there. It's a leprechaun. Tossing gold coins. Pretty cool, right?
Wait, I'm confused. Your friends don't want you to go to church?
See, you've already forgotten all about Ethel going to church. All you can think about is how a Viking, a pirate, and a leprechaun are all getting along going to church together.
that's right. And then their friends will be so distracted trying to chase my lucky charms. They won't even see them leave. It's brilliant.
So I'm confused. Your friends don't want you to go to church?
Nope. They even threatened to kick us out of our friend group.
Yeah, it's like choosing between the death of our social life or going to church.
Well, you know, there's actually a guy in the Bible named Daniel who faced a real life or death choice. Yeah, see, he either could pray to God or get thrown to some hungry lions.
Okay, but here's the thing. I don't want to be friendless.
Or be made fun of by everyone.
Well, nobody wants that to happen. I mean, but here's the thing. You can't back down from believing in Jesus just because someone doesn't like it. I mean, you believing in Jesus and doing the right thing doesn't injure them or hurt them at all. It kind of reminds me of this verse from the book of James. I think it's in chapter 1, verse 12. Blessed is the person who keeps on going when times are hard.
Wait a second, you sure it doesn't say dress like a pirate so no one knows who you are? Arr.
Pretty sure.
Look, Herman.
Gold coins. Hey, where are they?
Misdirection.
Great, now I have to clean this up. Pretty sure Bitcoin doesn't actually make coins.
Today we're discovering I won't back down. Daniel served under different kings when he lived in Babylon. Thankfully, God helped him succeed, and he became an advisor to all of them. King Darius liked Daniel so much that he made him one of the 3 leaders who ruled over the whole kingdom. God helped Daniel become the top ruler under the king. Everyone now answered to him. But how do you think that made the other leaders feel? I'll give you a hint. Not good. So they came up with an idea to pin a crime on Daniel. The problem for them was that they couldn't find a single way in which Daniel broke the law. They got so frustrated. But that's when they got an idea to trick King Darius. They convinced him to make a law that no one could pray to anyone but the king for 30 days. And the punishment? It was death by lions. Well, the king liked Daniel a lot, but the king had listened to the wrong people, and he put his seal of approval on the law. So now it was unchangeable. The guys knew that they had scored a victory against Daniel. He prayed 3 times a day, and each time he prayed, he opened his windows. See, Daniel wasn't shy about letting people know that he was praying to the one true God. And those mean guys, they were pretty confident that this was the one law that Daniel would break. And you know what? They were right. Daniel ignored the law. He opened his windows as usual and prayed to God. Law or no law, Daniel was going to honor God. The guys were listening right underneath his window, and as soon as they heard him pray, they ran to the king to tattle. King Darius was shocked. He had never intended to trap Daniel, but now there was nothing he could do. The king ordered Daniel to be thrown into the lion's den. Rah! Whoa. What are you doing?
Don't worry, it's just me, Sophia. You see, this is just another one of my costumes because I don't want my friends to know that I go to church. So, yeah. Oh, you need help telling the big story? Because I could totally help you.
Sophia, thanks for clearing that up.
Ah, no problem. You know, since I'm here to help tell the Bible story, I'll be the lion that devoured the evil Daniel, that lawbreaker.
Now hold up. Daniel, he wasn't evil. He only broke a law in order to honor God.
Rawr! Stop trying to defend the guilty. Rawr!
Ugh, Sophia. So Daniel was in the lion's den for the entire night. Darius was so worried he couldn't eat or sleep. Now, very early the next morning, the king rushed to the lion's den.
And that's when he discovers the bones of Daniel, the bandit of Babylon. Rawr!
Well, no one was roaring.
Wait, what?
Yeah, when the king got there, he found Daniel alive. He was actually hanging out with the lions, and he didn't have a single scratch on him. God had sent an angel to shut the mouths of the lions. The king was ecstatic, and Daniel was free to worship God openly for the rest of his life. He was blessed because he was never afraid to honor God.
Rawr! I mean, Daniel was an awesome guy who loved God. Rawr! And no one wanted to eat him.
Daniel was always 100% open about following God. It didn't matter whether people around him liked it or not.
Well, that's great for him, but he never actually had to face down an angry group of friends just waiting to pounce on him for being a Christian.
He did face down an angry den of lions.
Touché.
Daniel had plenty of people who were ready to make fun of him, or worse, but Daniel knew that honoring God was more important than what others thought. And that's why he didn't back down. People may not like that you chat with God every day or go to church on Sunday. They may not like that you believe and obey his truth. But don't worry about what they think. They're living upside down in an upside down world. You, on the other hand, can be like Daniel and live right side up in the middle of an upside down world. Don't ever back down when it comes to honoring and serving God.
Rawr! Okay, I'm sorry that I scared you with my realistic roaring. I know, I'm so good. I just really get into these parts, but I think I would have to really think about what you said, because it's a good message.
Don't worry, I survived. And you guys remember our big point. I won't back down.
Oh, I see that you have your costumes on. I guess you must have worn them to church so you could hide it from your friends.
Actually, we ended up telling our friends that we were going to church.
We even invited them to come, too.
Really?
Yeah. Yep, and actually, some of them laughed at us, but one of them actually came.
Yeah, and I think she actually really liked it.
Wow, I'm impressed. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know what? You guys were like Daniel. You didn't back down, and he didn't back down either. He worshiped God, and God saved him from those hungry lions.
Yeah, but I'm kind of a little embarrassed that we ever thought about hiding it.
Me too. You know what? I think that we've learned that we're never going to hide our feelings about serving Jesus ever again.
I like that attitude. But I'm a little confused. If you went to church, why are you still wearing the costumes?
So it turns out that the children's church needed a leprechaun, pirate, and a Viking for a skit. So we actually served.
Yeah.
Why would... You know what? Don't even need to know. Don't need to know. It is fine. I'm just glad you went to church.
Well, now that we got that problem solved, there's a little bit of a problem we have to solve now.
What?
Called the dent in your car.
Dent in my car? Wait a second. Is that a pirate dancing and Viking juggling routine? Wow!
Misdirection!
Ethel and Sophia made the right choice to tell people about being a Christian. Some people may not agree with your faith, but that shouldn't stop you from following Jesus. Don't back down. Remember Daniel. He kept praying even when the law threatened him with becoming dinner for a den of lions. he would rather serve God and face the lions than back down from what he believed. And that's something you can talk about when you do this week's Big Do. Play a game of tug of war. You can use a towel, a blanket, a sheet, or maybe you have a piece of rope. Don't back down and do your best. See who can win in your family.